Yes.
Anyway,
12.
we are back.
We
with
are back.
Season 2, episode TBA or TBD.
Yes.
We will see. And we have...
This is going to be a good one today. Central State sandwiches.
Very good-looking sandwiches. I think Ed has the menu. I'll tell you what we got.
Where is this?
Where is this place? Where is Central State? Where?
Sublet.
Oh, it's right on Sublet, right here on the hill?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, let me tell you, we're going to be sampling 4 different sandwiches, plus we're going to try their T-Wraps. But we took some photography of these sandwiches before we started the podcast, so I saw these. These things look like works of art.
And we're starting with a Philly, I think.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Did it say Philly on there? Okay. The chopped Philly, the way they do it is they ground the beef with cheddar cheese sauce, sauteed peppers and onions. They put it on Fazio's white hoagie bread, which is damn good bread.
Oh, it's great bread.
Have you seen... There are sandwich places, and I've actually tried this at home. It's brilliant. I don't know why every sandwich place doesn't do this, but what they'll do is they'll take all the ingredients and they'll put them down on a cutting board, and they'll take one of those things,
and
cutting
chop
things,
it all together?
Chop it all together, and then mix it up. So it's like a chicken salad, tuna salad, except it's all the ingredients of a sandwich, so that you get a little bit of every ingredient in every bite.
You know, it's almost like with the ice creams, right? The mix-ins, when they, it makes too much sense. Speaking of those mix-ins, have you? And I know you're not as big of a peanut butter guy as I am, and I know you don't even like peanut butter. But I was in New York and I went to that Reese's peanut butter cup place, where instead of making a bowl of ice cream, they have a gigantic peanut butter cup, this big, no exaggeration.
Oh yeah, I've seen that online.
And they take a huge amount of their Reese's peanut butter, which is a little different than regular. And you can mix in all sorts of stuff in there. Stuff from chips and peanut butter, butterscotch, potato chips, which gives a little saltiness. You mix it all in, they throw it into the cup, and then they put a little chocolate thing on top, and it becomes a gigantic peanut butter cup.
Is it Reese's branded?
It is.
Oh, okay.
And it takes about 5 days to eat it.
Does Reese's make actually just peanut butter?
They do. They've had a line of peanut butter, but the peanut butter that you find inside a peanut butter cup is a little bit more roasted than a typical peanut butter. How is this?
Talk and start eating.
All right. Well, I'm very excited. I have not had a bite of food in me all day.
And the consistency, I like that a lot. I really like that.
And such an easy to eat sandwich.
That's right. I feel like you could eat 11 of them.
Because everything is blended in there.
Yeah, that's really good.
So there's places on the hill?
Yeah,
Our hill
Apparently
adjacent.
so. Well, Sublet is kind of like, to me, right on that border.
Yeah, no.
Well, the true
But where is it?
perimeter of the hill is way bigger than anyone ever thinks
That's probably
of
true.
the hill.
I go by the little flags. You see little green, white, and red flags.
Italian.
I just assume, okay, I must still be on the hill. But I don't really know where are the borders.
Well, let's look. Central. I think it's all the way over to Hampton. Because,
That's a good quality T-Wrap.
a lot of it is neighborhood, just houses. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that.
They're extra crispy.
Let's see how
What do
far.
you
I wonder
think
if they
would
always do it
call
like that.
A section of the city that is predominantly the Jewish section. You think anybody would suggest the ghetto?
No, they'd call it U City.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
we
just
did-
call it
A slice of
No,
U
they
City.
just call that Jew City.
Really?
Yeah.
And they used to call it Le Jew.
Yeah, and Tulane University in New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's
They love to.
if it rhymes.
And it's not. Listen, is a pun ever offensive?
Yeah.
Yes?
Let's see.
I don't know.
Yes, it's often offensive. Central State Sandwiches is on Sublet. I'm trying to see how far. 4-minute drive, but a 22-minute walk from here.
What?
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to see the landmark.
That's not the way I walk.
Right near Fazio's Bakery,
Where they get their bread.
near AMF Electrical Contractor. Shout out AMF.
Yes, if you want your contracting done electronically, use them.
That's where you want to go?
Anyway,
He's totally on the payroll.
I like that sandwich a lot. And I love how another one just appears.
Well, that's how
it's like magic.
It is magic, and it's the right kind of magic. Who needs the other kind?
Do you believe there's ever been magic, actual magic?
No.
I don't know what that even means.
Well, like magicians. Like, do you think
real magic?
Any of the magicians?
Do you think someone's actually like been able to make something legitimately vanish?
I suppose.
Not just the illusion?
I mean,
no.
But if you start to get into, I'm trying to think, the supernatural, you know, if you start to believe in ghosts or demons or, you know, or
yes,
even,
yes,
or
but
even
that's
when
different.
we've talked about the telepathy tapes and the hill, like if you can believe that the mind is powerful enough to do things, you just grabbed my napkin out of my lap and wiped your face with it?
Because you were supposed to hand each one of us a napkin, and you didn't do it.
So
and
you
we
were being
stuck
punished.
Here. Yeah.
Oh,
they're right there next to you.
That you both asked politely for one.
Hey, leave me out of it. I didn't ask for anything. I didn't take anything.
You always just hand them to us.
Hey, here you go.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Anyway,
finally,
you can believe that the mind is powerful enough to do things that are hard to believe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean,
Listen, I guess I would say that I believe that there are supernatural forces.
Like what?
Just that they exist. You know, that there are things that we can't fully explain that seem to, that seem to have magical properties. But the difference is, I don't know if a human being has the ability to control anything supernatural, because to me magic it suggests that a human is making something happen.
Like when
that's
people
the leap.
move things with their mind. Have you seen this thing? And I feel like it's
telekinetic abilities. Ever since I saw the movie Zapped when I was a kid, all I wanted was telekinesis.
Have you seen this thing that's gone around a few times? And it is this theory that Donald Trump is a time traveler.
Oh,
and no, but
is it that stain on his hand? Is that his port?
No. What there was an author in like the 1800s who apparently like lived next door to or worked next door to Nikola Tesla, who at the time had claimed that he had invented a time machine. And so some of the books that this guy wrote, one of them has a character like named Donald Trump, who was going to be president, and his vice president was Pence.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
remember all. Well, the book exists, and that's legitimate.
Yeah, but you don't know that when it was written. You don't know when.
No. I think that part is legitimate.
Listen, if there was a book from that long ago that said that Donald Trump is going to be president, and his vice president is going to be Pence, I think we all would have heard about it by now.
You're absolutely right.
I think that this world is so crazy that I don't think you would have.
The reality of it is, even if that book did exist, nobody believes anything anymore anyway.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence has gotten too good already to where it's just good enough for us not to believe anything.
Now, I don't know what this is, but it looks great.
It wasn't labeled. This looks like, I know what this is.
You know what's
Chabza?
That's what it is. The Chabza. That's Italian seasoned. I'm going to read it to you. Well, za's like pizza. This is Italian seasoned beef.
Okay.
Chopped up with diced pepperoni, with melted mozzarella, with marinara sauce on the hoagie roll. So it's basically like a pizza chopped up and put on a sandwich.
Now, let me go back to our conversation. So you believe there are certain things. See, it's different. You couldn't explain a toaster working 200 years ago. It didn't mean that it was magic. It just meant that we didn't understand things well enough to explain them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe, do you believe are people that can move objects remotely just by thinking about it? Because if there are, there's never been any indication that, you've never seen a television program where they show a guy or a lady, because you see, I am a equal opportunity person.
If you were, you wouldn't say lady.
I am a graduate of our DEI program.
Really? Because if you were, it would have told you, apparently you're not supposed to say lady, female or woman.
What is that, a insult?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, do you find that an insult? No,
You may not find it one, but it is one. I mean, it's ridiculous that it is one, but it is. Listen, I didn't make the rules.
Well, if you're saying, do some people find it insulting?
No,
yes.
Yes, that's every insult. That's every offensive word. I'm just saying that is one that if you were
I don't
up to date, you would know that that's on the list. Lady, you're not supposed to use lady.
Let me say this. I'm not disputing that. But in a city like St. Louis that calls women gals, it's synonymous with lady. It's equally as condescending.
And what's wrong with gal? This happened to me too. I was talking to my friend from California, and I use gal because, I use guys and gals. I mean, that's just another way to refer to us. And she said, no, that you're not supposed to do it. I said, we use it out here all the time. It's very common. What's wrong with gal?
There's nothing wrong with it.
I think
and it's foolish even to consider it a curse word or an insult. What about if I look at a woman and say, that is the sweetest woman. That's the nice, kindest woman.
Well, you could say woman.
Wait.
So you can't say somebody's sweet?
Yes, of course
you can say they're sweet. Yeah, but
okay.
That wasn't the word that you used. It was the lady.
Ed, I've had women tell me, don't call me sweet. I'm saying,
how ridiculous is that?
Wait, hold on.
Bitter women.
No, that's
for business.
Wait, hold on. If she doesn't want to be called sweet, I don't think she's not speaking for all women.
Yes,
she's speaking for herself.
But she doesn't have a right to act insulted. She could express a preference, and he can honor that.
I have mentioned sweet to women, and they have acted in some way that I had said something wrong.
I'll bet your zipper was down or something.
No, wait, Brody, I believe you agree that sweet and lady fall into sign of
I guess they do. It's a sad state of affairs.
Whoa. Wait.
Sweetie is different than sweet.
Yeah, did you call her sweetie, or did you say, oh, you know what, you're really sweet. I appreciate that. That. Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. That person's got real problems.
I think there is as many people who object to that as object to lady.
No, that's insane.
No, I think that it might be true, but they're both.
To be
I think maybe taking it too far.
No.
Listen.
Sweet. Let me say this. We have 3 women in the room, right? Have you ever even thought that somebody in a non-condescending way, obviously, saying, like, let's say you brought him donuts, glazed, he likes, hint, hint. And he said, oh, you know what? You're a really sweet person. I really appreciate that. Could you make the argument that that was inappropriate?
Well,
I couldn't.
Well, let me ask you this. If I say, like I did, I said, the ladies over there, were you insulted?
No, of course not.
No, of course not.
First of all, the ladies in here are not going to be insulted. These are like down to earth.
Wait, when you said were you offended by sweetie?
They weren't offended by
sweet. They weren't. You didn't say, but that doesn't mean anything.
These two are never going to get offended by any of that.
Just to clarify, when you said
I can call them ladies, they wouldn't care. Yeah.
You're ladies.
You know what?
You are
honestly,
right. Yeah. Now, when you said,
I'd rather hang out with you guys.
When you said sweet, you were not referring to a part of their anatomy,
like a sweet tush.
Yeah.
Because that would be
inappropriate. You're thinking way too long about this. I think we've found the problem.
No. Of course I did.
I don't know.
I've never heard. Yes, well, I'm not saying I've never heard that lady is I'm sure.
See, when it comes to language, I'm okay with the idea of honoring people's preferences because it doesn't take any effort on my part, and if it means something to them, so be it. Here's where I have a problem, though.
Yeah, hit me.
Is when you have people making stuff up that nobody ever explained why something was offensive. There's no organized group. So here's the example I always turn to. When I grew up, we had a homeless problem, right? We've used the expression homeless. Now they don't use homeless. We're told we're supposed to use unhoused, the unhoused population. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, hold on a second. When did the homeless get together and vote on this? Like, who is speaking on their behalf? This is not a homeless person making a declaration. We don't want to be called that anymore. They want a home.
But this is not a word.
The other thing.
No, but my point is, but my point is that when did the women get together to vote on that? They didn't. Like, these things are being decided by people that are purporting to speak on behalf of other people. Don't purport to speak on behalf of the homeless and say, I really know the homeless and I think they prefer to be called the unhoused. I think they'd prefer a place to live.
But those are two different things. He's right. Well, you know what? What I was going to say is you're 100% right. So let's put women in a different category than the homeless, right? Because I do think that description was probably, or the opposition to the word was probably contemplated by people who were not unhoused.
That's my point.
The objection to lady or gal or dame or whatever it is,
yes,
that was probably a lot of women, a critical mass. But let's just go back to the unhoused, right?
Yeah, it was probably just a small organization.
The amount of collective brain power and time and energy that has been put into saying, don't say homeless, say unhoused. If every person put that 5 minutes, 10 minutes into doing something for the unhoused, I think that would have been a much
better.
Yeah.
By the same token, and again, this may be controversial.
Talk to me about the pepperoni.
Okay, the pepperoni, and I got controversy. Now, this one, I don't know if I'm going to like this one. It's a chicken pepperoni. It is diced chicken thighs. You know how I feel about chicken thighs. They're seasoned with pepper spices, pepperoni, mozzarella, and a pesto mayo.
Do you not like...
I don't like chicken thighs. I don't like dark meat.
What about on Thanksgiving? No dark meat?
I don't like dark meat. Huh. But wait a second.
Here's chicken legs.
Yeah. That's dark meat too.
Now you want a little...
Hold on. No. Well,
this is supposed to have a little barbecue sauce, so I'm going to give you a little to dump on this side.
Are you sure? Because it doesn't say that on here.
It says on the bag
I think that the chopped cheese is supposed to have cage sauce.
It says barbecue.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to you on the side. If you don't want it, don't eat it.
Yeah, okay. I'll take a little on the side just in case. It's
Go
better.
ahead, though. Finish whatever. Who was talking?
So here's my question. This may be controversial, but you know I'm not one to shy away.
No, but that's what they're watching us
Have you seen the new logo for handicapped people or disabled people?
No. I thought you meant Cracker Barrel.
Let's get to Cracker Barrel afterwards.
No. This is a new logo. Well, they don't have a new logo at Cracker Barrel, but the handicapped do have a new logo. No, they reverted.
Let's stay. Cracker Barrel's next.
So, yeah. Okay. We got to bring you up to speed.
No, please.
But yes, so handicap parking, handicapped hang tags, or disabled hang tags, if that's the better way of putting it, they have changed the logo. It is no longer like the wheelchair and the person sitting in the wheelchair.
Is that recent?
In the last year. And so now the new logo is they're still in the wheelchair, but they now have their elbows in the up position as if they're strong and active and on the move. It connotes movement. And I'm sitting there, why? Why are we wasting our time on there? Who is sitting there thinking, you know what, I don't want people to think that disabled people are helpless. Let's change the logo and let's make them look like they're real active. But you're doing that at the same time that you're insisting that they get a closer parking spot. And my feeling is, like, which is it?
Pick a lane.
Which is it? Right, exactly. Either you're going to lean into the fact that you need special treatment, or you're going to lean into the fact that you don't need special treatment. I don't mind either way, but I do mind you trying to have it both ways.
I'm going to take it in a little different direction because...
Have you seen it? Bring it up so that if you haven't seen it.
No, I know. If it's in the last year, I know what you're talking about. But I think that very few people in wheelchairs had any say in that decision. So I don't think they should have their closed spaces removed.
Which brings me back to my unhoused situation.
But this is an even better example. If you think about the amount of money it probably took to change out that logo places, donate that to people who need ramps and more accessible sidewalks.
Have you seen anything?
You have. It's a subtly different but certainly distinct logo.
I'm guessing the motivation was to try to, in their mind, remove a stigma. But to me, there's not a stigma there. They're actually in a wheelchair.
You know what's interesting? You guys have just now talked for 5 minutes on one of the main reasons that President Trump is the president.
Well, I do agree. I don't want to get too political, but I will say this. It is political.
It was smart.
It
was a smart move. People don't like
Can you talk on the mic? If you'd like, actually, maybe we shouldn't have you on the mic.
No, it was a good move.
No, what I think the move, actually, I think actually you're looking at it the wrong way. I think that what happened is,
excuse me,
is in politics.
Just a second.
It's the president.
You better be taking it.
Wait. Oh, no, I'm not looking at it the wrong way.
Okay. That's funny. So, but
doesn't that
I
mean
think
you need to take your medicine?
What happens is,
No, I got to change your diaper.
Oh yeah, mine.
I think in politics in general, what has happened is on both sides,
We get a little snarky at each other.
Things
We do every week.
Win elections really have no bearing on the things that 99.9% of the population actually wants or cares about, and we get distracted by these shiny objects that both parties put a lot of money behind, things that do not affect our daily lives, and you don't hear about childhood poverty or hunger or homelessness,
you're absolutely right.
or lack of education, and they do it for power and money, and again, both sides.
It's everybody.
But
and we are very stupid as human beings, and we all fall for it, and we all get wrapped up in it, and we all are fighting these fights that are really not about what the topic we are fighting about is. What we're really fighting about, and we don't even think about it, is to keep these morons, these power brokers, these thieves in power. Again, both sides of the aisle.
Well, but let me just expand that a bit. See, I believe
I liked the chicken. I didn't like it as much. If all you served me was that chicken, I'd say, that's a good sandwich. But when you have it against those two heavy hitters.
Although I have to say, I was very harsh on it being thigh meat, but if nobody had told me ahead of time, I just would have thought it was a delicious chicken sandwich.
The za one was a standout. The first two were really standouts. The second one was very good.
We still have one left. We still have the chopped cheese.
Can I finish my thought?
Which has got crispy beef. I'm excited about it.
Go ahead.
It's going to be a good one. You know what, though? What you're seeing is people that are able to tap in on what people are thinking about and what people care about. Did you ever notice in the movies, almost every successful horror movie taps into some basic fear, starting with Jaws. Nobody ever got into an ocean and was standing or swimming around and didn't think, my God, I wonder if something is swimming down there and I would know. A piece
of seaweed touches your leg. Your first thought is this the end?
Because most of us, the reptilian brain is a survival base. And we're mostly pretty stupid as a people. We're animals.
But look at the things about something under your bed at night. You know, the dark.
Oh my God, the boogeyman.
Some guy coming to your door. I mean, they figure out a basic primal fear. But what was done in the campaign, and they often happen, they come up with a common thing that we all can agree on, and everybody at some point gets thinking, that's stupid. You know, like I say, I draw the line if somebody says, with lady, and if somebody gets mad at me for using that and what happens is not only are you against that, you start getting very conscious of other stupid things that we all as what are they, lemmings? Is that what the animal that they all walk off the cliffs? But some of this stuff is just so, and he was very good at that. I read a thing where they said that stuff he would talk about the toilets not flushing and about the showers, that really resonates with a lot of people.
That stuff is relatable.
He is a time traveler who had the ability to workshop all of this stuff. I looked it up.
How do we get him to pick a different time?
Ingersoll Lockwood was the author who wrote a few children's novels, the Baron Trump novels. That was that was the kid's name, was Baron also. Let me see. I'm seeing,
dun, dun, dun.
And
the mystery deepens.
Yeah, I mean it is. Let's see if I am correct that the president was President Trump. Maybe I'll have to look later, but it is pretty. convincing of the possibility of time. Do you think there's time travel?
No.
Because I believe...
Technically, we're always traveling through time, but we're just going forward.
No, isn't there something where there has been some form of time travel on like a molecular level, like some subatomic particle?
There are, like, for instance, the entanglement in quantum mechanics, meaning
Will Smith?
No, I know about that. I read things.
Yeah.
No, that an atom... a neutron or something here, and a neutron across the galaxy, which there'd be no way for us to physically instantly. They turn and orient themselves in the exact same way together, even though they're separated by thousands of light years, which would be impossible by anything. But obviously, the science fiction works because you never know what's going to happen. 100 years ago, so many of the things that we do 50 years ago, 10 years ago, people would have said were impossible. So while it seems like the laws of physics prevent flying saucers to get from way over there to here, there may be an unknown method of of propulsion.
Yeah, I have to assume that there are plenty of that
and
stuff.
So many people have reported ghosts for so long. It's hard to say that many people are into some sort of plot to take it.
I think that holds true even more so for aliens, because the thing with aliens is all across the world for much of human history, before the internet, before telephones, before there was really much cross-continental travel, the depiction and description of what they looked like was all very similar. And so that's what's hard to understand.
Unfortunately, when you got 1 billion people speculating, some of them are going to predict the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll some guy someplace might write a book about a guy named Trump who had a kid named Barron,
right?
Who, because what is it? Unlimited,
I know you
infinite amount of monkeys.
You say that, but then, and I don't know if this is true or not, and I don't know how they would ever prove if it's true or not. But there is enough out there to suggest that a deck of cards, a standard 52 card deck of cards, that has never ever
we've
been shuffled
and
in the same order, that every single time it's been different.
Remember, there are mathematically more variations in a deck of cards in terms of the order they can be in than there are atoms in either on Earth. No, it must be on Earth. In the universe.
But it's an unbelievable, huge amount.
No, it's more atoms than there is on Earth.
Listen, that said, there's really no way for them to know that you didn't happen to have it in the same order.
Well, same
with fingerprints. They say your fingerprint is unique. No two are the same. But every human being in recorded time has had a fingerprint.
That's not what they say about the cards. They don't say
you never had the same combination.
No, they say
statistically, it's like somebody could have had one yesterday. But the odds of it, in other words, in horse races, I'm guessing there's been a race where all 12 horses came in that order. But the odds against it are more than every race that ever happened.
There are as many variations of how a deck of cards can be shuffled, vastly more than atoms on the planet Earth, roughly equivalent to the number of atoms in the Milky Way galaxy.
Right, but so consider this. But you would agree.
That's math.
But you would agree, though, that there's more than 52 names, for example.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
I would agree.
So I'm just saying, Terry, that's your thought that it's possible in the course of recorded time that somebody would have had a president named Trump and he would have had a son named Barron.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think it is. I don't think that. Well, I think the math makes it so statistically.
But it doesn't mean
that's bad math. Because there are 52 cards in 4 different suits that can be placed. We're talking about the order. So it's not like...
No, but there's only 52 cards.
Right, but
it doesn't matter that they're different suits. They're 52 distinct cards.
Right, but it's that they're placed in an order of 52. It's not that in this book that, 52 members of his family.
No, what I'm saying is
when chronological order. I think the math is very different.
No, I'm right on this because here, listen.
Math ain't math.
It is mathing.
We're losing our audience.
It is mathing. No,
and
because
if
a person, like when the author was choosing a name,
Stephen, you turn that.
They had literally unlimited choices.
Right
out of the gate.
I'm joking.
But every author
and then they had
book had the same thing.
And then they had to pick a name for the son.
They did.
It's getting them both that's statistically nearly impossible.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to have a math expert on.
But let me ask you another question, which I am very... Do you ever
need
count
a math expert.
The number
I'm right here.
of sheets of toilet paper you use? In other words...
Seriously?
Wait, the number I use or the number my wife and children use?
Well, first of all, there is no comparison to using toilet paper like women use. I just had this argument, not a discussion with my daughter, who explained to me why women use so much. But I use...
Did she say because they're wasteful?
This isn't the first time we've had this discussion on the podcast.
And I don't really want to characterize or put all women in a bucket. I don't know that they all do, but I will tell you that my wife and children use so much toilet paper.
It looks like they're making a boxing glove.
It's exactly what he said the first time we talked about it on the podcast.
Brody, how many sheets do you use?
I can't...
Between 3 and 4, maybe 5.
Depending on the job, right?
The job, yeah.
But I try to stick with 3 all the time.
Yeah, well,
that's my...
Yellow.
Huh?
It's not...
3 squares, yes. I fold them over, and I fold them over, and that works.
And what you learn from this is you do not want to shake this man's hand.
Yeah, that's right.
There's the lesson in that story. Guys, you think people remember that we're not just guys eating sandwiches, but we're actually a law firm that handles injury cases?
You think the podcast has gotten so big, they forgot about our roots?
Have they forgotten about this man, 45 years on the television, telling people that we don't get paid unless you get paid? Do you think they know that?
Tell them.
We don't get paid if you don't get paid.
There you go. You've been hurt? Call us. Now back to the podcast.
Well, it depends. It depends what I've eaten the night before.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why do you think? Well, men, we don't socialize in the bathroom. When I go to the bathroom, I don't bring you with me. I don't bring Andy with me. Women always bring a friend with them. That seems to be the last place I'd want to bring a friend, a date, whatever. Why do you think they do that?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah, why is that?
Because if you've ever been in a women's room in the same establishment as a men's room, they got a couch and a chair and a place. True. It's a very comfortable place. Ours, they essentially
still smell
put
like crap,
those pigeon spikes everywhere you could possibly sit.
But you know what? Also, women, I think, are much more used to their nudity with other women than men are.
But their nudity is, I mean, I don't think anyone's getting naked in the bathrooms, but they are doing things.
But wait a minute.
I don't know.
I've been naked in this bathroom right here.
Why?
I'm changing clothes.
Oh, okay.
You have an office.
But you were in the
door closes. Why are you changing in the bathroom?
But you were in the stall. Probably.
I feel, probably.
Yeah. No, but women are much more comfortable with their...
Let's get out of this women, men...
Well, listen, it's only bad if we're pretending to know something. Here, we're just posing the question.
Because I don't know that all women overuse toilet paper, although...
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
I've never seen... I haven't watched all women in the bathroom, but I'd bet a lot...
We got women in the room. Why are you bringing your friends to the bathrooms?
Too. Let's talk to the lady.
Oh, wait a minute. No, we've got Denise here who supplies the toilet paper and changes it out. Are you going 6-to-1 restocking in the women's room versus the men's room?
We have a lot more women that work here, though.
Wait.
Dang.
Huh?
Always got an answer, Vicky. All right, never mind.
Well, that's true.
Although we could do a ratio.
You don't think there's more women working here than men?
No, a lot, but we could medical. Okay.
I can tell you.
You have a front and a back.
I can tell you.
I would love to end it.
Yeah. But you should just be dabbing one.
No.
That's a dab.
Are you calling me unclean?
Come on. That's
anyway,
I'm just saying that's a dab.
You know what she's calling
you should be dabbing the fry.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You know what she just called him?
What?
Trafe.
I don't know what that means. And I don't know that I want to know what that means.
Yeah, he's not unclean.
Oh.
It's Trafe. You're a Trafe fan.
Anyway, I feel like...
Call him Trafe.
I think it would be nice to dab the tip of my what.
Come on. This is
to get the drip.
Wait.
Which one?
We have to have let's have this conversation. I am concerned sometimes about the topics that the two of you are comfortable
bring
discussing.
this up.
No, but it was
You
your
brought it
last.
up.
No.
You did?
I'm not saying I didn't. I'm not. Yeah, I didn't. But I'm.
You brought up toilet paper and the women.
I don't think I did.
Well, then he did. I never bring up toilet paper.
He brought.
It's just
I think
wrong.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. It was when you brought it.
Did I
to the
compare
tip.
Men and women?
Yes,
I think.
No,
when
because you remember Ron Brown, God rest his soul. And when he got
was very problematic.
when
in some
he got
ways.
to a certain age,
you're not there yet.
Okay, but there was a lot of drippage.
Yeah,
and he
but-
would leave
but-
the bathroom and he'd
Right.
wear khaki
Yeah, we're
pants.
back to a topic
and,
I'm
and
not
it looked
comfortable
like
with.
that there had, like he had been shot.
There is, I just think I would prefer. I'm very uncomfortable.
Okay.
I will tell you this about khaki pants, though, and I know it may at first seem hypocritical, but I don't think it
Remember
is.
what's his name?
Sam's
friend?
I was just about to say we have a friend.
Yeah, we do.
Who in college
No, not
he
just
had
in college.
well in post college and probably in high school. And maybe still now,
No,
but
recently.
but I don't. I think it's not
Get
that
to the point.
Anyway,
Seen him within the last 10 years.
He has a very kind of dark sense of humor.
He had a bit.
And one of his bits was he would go to a party and he would wear khaki pants intentionally, and he would just sort of stand there
With his-
kind of in the middle of the room
In a
an
heroic
odd
stance
pose,
like this.
not saying anything, not
Superman.
talking to anybody, and he would
Urinate.
urinate in his
He'd pee
pants
on
so
it.
that the khaki would slowly get dark as
And
it
he-
went down his leg.
Yeah.
And it was surprisingly how remarkably funny it was.
And
He would just sit with a face to the wind in a Superman pose in a pair of khaki pants,
and
he
then-
would sit there and just
Did he ever
pee on.
explain how that got started?
and then he would say,
We could go
"Don't
home.
judge me."
Yeah.
He played it straight.
Listen, it's a great bit. Do you think he just wanted to go home early and he created his own excuse?
no, he didn't
loved
go
it.
home.
He was known.
I don't think he went
Jesus. Do you think that
think
the,
that's
do
when
you
the
think the
party just
first
got
time
started.
it happened because he was like drunk, and then to
we
cover it,
don't
he
know.
turned it into a bit?
But you never want him to sit on your couch.
Knowing him, probably not. Knowing him, he's lying awake. He's sort of a night owl, late at night, and he just has one of these eureka moments. Oh my God!
Wow, eureka moments
This is it.
are not all equal.
You know what he also had?
they're not.
You know what he
That
also
was not
had?
a great eureka
he
moment.
Had two totally focused on him television spots in the news
yeah.
where he caught a long fly ball like in center field at Brave Stadium.
One-handed.
Yeah, I mean just perfect catches, and the camera was on him the whole time. He took the ball, and
and then he peed. As soon as he realized the camera was on him, he's like,
That's right.
"Everybody
No,
watching, watch this."
I don't think
Boom,
he had the.
peed.
I don't think he had the vision to
Or the
put it
time.
Yeah, but it's a
together.
shame he didn't have the eureka moment
You
sooner.
ever see the guy who catches a ball, but he's holding a baby,
Yeah.
and he like literally drops the baby, catches the ball, and then catches the baby?
And he had a beer in his
Yeah, I
hand
thought
too.
he might have
he had a
also.
beer, a baby, and he got the ball.
That's pretty.
That's pretty sweet.
That could have gone wrong.
It could have. Could have. He could have missed out on that
Babies
ball.
bounce.
Honey, you got to understand. I was going to catch a ball.
That's right. I've never gotten a ball my whole life. That's the other thing too. Like now, I'm kind of at an age where I don't care anymore, and I would
you
just
ever
give it to
gotten
a kid.
close?
Yeah, I've gotten a ball a few times, but
Wait, you caught it?
well, not a. They toss it to you in the stands.
I
you know.
mean, I thought.
Yeah, well, where our seats are, it's very. It was easier when there was no netting there, but they would always toss it. Now they have to kind of go
I don't remember
around.
getting many where our seats were because they.
We did. No.
Did you?
We got one
I feel like
from.
they'd always be a little further back.
No, in fact, in the 2013 World Series against the Red Sox, David Ortiz tossed us a ball. We still have it. And it was awesome because he's in the Hall of Fame now. And like, he tossed it to us.
Remember? You threw that kid in the wheelchair out of the way just before you caught the ball?
It's every man for himself. Just because he's in a wheelchair, where's it written that he gets a ball?
That's right. He got a new logo.
Yeah,
why does he get a ball?
Yeah.
You want dark? I mean, listen.
Hey,
he got screwed way worse by somebody else than he did me.
Because I get hot, and then I want to look nice, so I put it on, and then I get hot because Steven keeps messing with the...
that man threw my wheelchair over.
No, but anyway, I'm in an age now where I would just give it to a kid.
I would hope so.
But there was a middle age where...
it was a dilemma.
Where, yeah, like in my 20s... I kind of felt like,
you can keep it.
I've been trying to get a ball my whole life.
No. In your 20s, you keep it.
In your 20s, you can keep it?
Well, I think it's this. Until you have a kid who is old enough, well, either you have a kid who's old enough to really want that ball and you get it, or you get to probably 40.
Now, here's my thinking on who you give the ball to. So you get a ball and you're going to give it to somebody that brought their glove to the game with them. Because if they lugged that glove all the way to the game, they were hoping, they were thinking, maybe I get a ball, maybe I get a ball.
Catch it, do you think it means as much?
But if you're giving it away, it seems. You ever watch the videos?
I always give it to a kid.
What? When did you ever get a ball?
I don't know that I've ever gotten a ball.
I think I got a call.
Who?
How many do you have, by the way?
I've never caught a ball at a baseball game.
That's not what I meant.
I know. See, I'm trying to keep it away. Well, we're trying to run a business here and trying to keep some sense of decorum and professionalism. Well, you also kill the business.
Yeah.
We may have to stop doing.
How many people?
More than you would think.
Let's be honest.
More than you would think.
You think in stadiums?
No, but
join us next week for two lawyers eating sandwiches.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, I've had a lot of offers.
And it's been a long time. Am I correct that Mark McGwire holds the home run record?
No.
Or did Barry
Bonds, a single season, Bonds 73.
73.
Yeah.
What was McGwire, 71?
70.
70. Okay, so Barry Bonds.
Okay, I got it.
Well, two questions. Number one, I remember the Mark McGwire home run ball. There was some deal about it, and somebody sold it, whatever. What is the value today of that ball? And then what is the value, or did one of them work their way to the Hall of Fame?
No, one of the balls, and I think it was the Bonds ball, somebody bought it and exploded it. It doesn't exist anymore. They blew it up.
Why?
Because they didn't feel his record was legitimate because of steroids.
Wow.
That's a...
I think you could look at it on YouTube. I think they put it in a thing and blew it up.
That's insane.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel very strongly about it.
No.
Yeah, but how many people
it's
would
the
do
money.
it?
Now,
if you caught it and did that, it's still the money.
What do you think it was worth?
Well, here's the thing: is
that ball's worth
not as much as you think. Because remember, when McGwire broke the record, Todd McFarlane bought the ball and he spent like $2.1 million on whatever. But then as soon as all the steroid stuff got known, like the value of that ball plummeted.
But has it gone back up over the years? No,
it hasn't. And so when Bonds does it in 01, and with really kind of a silly number, I mean, come on, 73 homers, there's no way that that's legit. I don't know if it had that same appeal. It just didn't seem to have that value.
It's worth $500,000 bucks.
Oh,
right?
easily. Well, listen, you're always going to have people who buy it for a different reason because it still has historical significance.
Of course it does.
It just doesn't have the magic of, the belief that this incredible record had been
valuable ball.
I guess the Roger Maris ball?
No.
Does that ball even exist? Like, is that in the Hall of Fame, or does somebody own it?
I don't think so. I think back then people hit it in the stands, and
or the called shot.
Probably somebody got it. No, nobody has it. That was the 1932 World Series.
What would be
balls are hard because you kind of know if you already know before it's hit that it's going to have value. Then it's a little capped. What's more interesting is looking at like when Babe Ruth's uniform a few years ago was auctioned off, and it went for over $5 million. Or I think Michael Jordan just had one of his uniforms, his jerseys that sold for like $12 million. And it was because it was from a significant game. It was like maybe that game that he got sick. You remember on the court, or the one where he sunk that last shot and had that famous championship, thing. and those will go for a fortune. And those are better in a way because they're more verifiable. Like there are markers and stuff that you can look at to guarantee that what you're seeing is real. I think it's hard on balls. When it comes to balls, like now, if they know it's going to be something significant, they will mark the ball ahead of time so that if it goes, they know that they're dealing with the right one. But then what if it takes a guy 100 at-bats to break a record? How many balls did they go through in 100 at-bats? Probably 300 balls, because you're fouling off balls. And then how do you know those aren't being presented as if they're something? Those little marked balls could be all over the stands.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fraud in the collectible world, like an insane amount of fraud. I know, it's so disheartening.
Have you ever been the victim?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've been the victim of intentional fraud. Have I ever purchased something that turned out to not be legitimate? Oh, sure, of course. Okay, so my son from the Peanut Gallery would like to hear an example, but I took a chance on a 1979.
Those sneakers you're wearing.
I took a chance. No, I took a chance on a 1979 Thurman Munson card signed. I knew there was a high risk that it wasn't legit because that was the year he died mid-season in a plane crash. Right. So there was this little window where the cards would have been available that he could have signed them. But it looked legit. I took a chance, bought it, sent it off for authentication with Beckett, and they wouldn't authenticate it. They said the pacing of it looked like it may have been,
What'd you pay for?
$600, which would have been a remarkably good price. Now, that said, I contacted the seller, and he took it back and gave me my money back.
Oh, nice.
But I was still out the authentication money, which is not cheap for Munson.
Speaking of cards,
it all depends on who you're getting authenticated.
I'm going to go a little off script here.
Oh.
Not that we have a script. You got a pack of cards here in the office?
No.
You want to rip a pack?
I don't have any packs with me. No, that's become a little cottage industry for me. So you know that. You watched them on TikTok.
Will you make money on it?
I don't want to make money on it.
Oh, well, that's what would be inferred from a cottage industry.
It's not my goal, but you know how those things are. You get big enough and things monetize, but I'm not trying to monetize it.
No, but have you been able to?
I haven't.
I mean, maybe
I don't have a desire to. No, there's no incidental monetization.
How many followers you got?
I am up to 1,635.
What do you need?
And this is just the last couple of weeks.
What do you need to monetize something?
I don't know. No idea.
Depends on the platform.
Don't know, don't care. I will say this. I wouldn't let them start interrupting my videos with commercials. If that's what it takes to make money, then to hell with it. I don't want the money.
Yeah, I don't know what it takes necessarily.
You wouldn't say that.
No, I do say that.
I don't know how much money they offer.
Some of it, I
think,
is just driving traffic to the platform.
They could offer you anything.
Of course, everyone
in the pantheon of realistic numbers that they would offer, none of them are appealing to me.
Well, it depends. You start getting into the millions of followers, then the money becomes
serious.
Yeah, then you may consider it.
I haven't found any pack rippers with an audience larger than 25,000 people.
Really, not even the professionals?
Those are the professionals.
The places who are selling them? And
no, those are different. Those are set breakers. Those are not pack rippers. People that are just pack rippers are buying old packs that were unopened and doing it so people can enjoy it vicariously. Set breakers are buying modern stuff where they know they have they're chasing, and they know that a particular box may have certain cards that already have certain established value. And so they're doing it there to sell, to transact business. They may be selling parts of the box. Like this box may be $500. They'll sell it to 5 different people at $100 a piece, and they'll designate, every third pull is going to go to this guy. Every 5th pack is going to go to this guy. And then they open them to see what everybody got.
No, I thought there was
but it's not really like just random people opening old packs just for the vicarious thrill.
My
tagline is, I waste my money so you don't have to waste yours.
Did you? Oh, that's good.
There you go. That's a good one.
Didn't you have somebody steal some cards from you when you were a kid?
I did, and I'm not going to name their name.
No, there's no point.
Sam Crouppen.
No, but
Sam pops up on my TikTok all the time. It's my own fault for following him.
Why?
Well, that's what happens when you follow some. Although, I'll tell you, that algorithm is crazy. The way it,
knows you?
I don't know if knows you is the right word, but catches on to something subtle that you have a conversation about, or you look at one video about, and it is off to the races. And I can see how it would influence the mind of a lesser man.
Yeah, well, let me see.
But if it feeds you stuff that you've demonstrated you like, it doesn't take a lot to think.
But it's not necessarily that.
I think it's
all I know is this. If you watch any video to completion, that is a telltale sign you are getting every version of that thing. Because, whenever there's a trending dance, like airwalking is really big right now. It's amazing.
I would love to see somebody in person do it.
Yeah, I would love to see it. And I would love to do it. We should, well, you can't do it because of the knee, but we should try to airwalk. We should try to do some tutorials.
I'll bet you if you're a young teenage guy, I would guess Juju could do it.
I think it takes, I think when I first came out, I think I could do it. But the more you look at it and try it, I think it takes a level of physical fitness that none of us have.
I think it takes some youth. It kind of looks like skipping, but where instead of putting your foot straight down, you have to kind of extend it forward a little bit.
Except you have to jump pretty high with both feet a lot of times.
Do you think it's harder than the moonwalk?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Athletically, yes.
Which would you rather be able to do?
I think the airwalk is more impressive.
Isn't it the Juby slide?
Well, I don't know what that is.
I think that's what it's called.
Oh,
I don't know. I've only called it the airwalk. All I know is this. Ever since I watched one, it is so in my TikTok that you would think that more people are airwalking than regular walking.
Do you ever see people who can't do it very well?
Yes. They're funny too.
Yeah.
Well, especially the ones that are really trying. And you look at them and you're like, I hate to break the news to you, but you were just marching.
I saw a woman who said she'd been working on it for 3 months and now she was going to first do it. And it was pathetic.
I think that was a joke if it's the one I'm thinking of. What is the big pack
Would you
ripper?
rather be able to airwalk or dunk a ball?
Dunk a ball.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah, you dunk a ball.
Would you rather be able to dunk a ball or do a tumbling run?
Dunk a ball. Oh. I'd rather hit a home run than dunk a ball. Like hit a home run out of a stadium?
Or the tumbling run.
That's where you do a front flip and,
I know what it is.
Yeah, that just seems violent.
What about just doing a standing backflip?
No,
okay.
Not for me. I wouldn't even do it in a pool.
A tumbling run.
Well, then you could do this.
That's you know who can do that? My daughter-in-law, Elizabeth.
I don't know that she can do a tumbling run.
I think she's done it.
If it was legal, you could just blow up anything you want. Like just a thing, like an object, not a building or something like that. Anything you'd be so curious to see it blow up. I'm just taking us back to our young pyrotechnic days, young boyhood. We used to put firecrackers in our G.I. Joes to see what it would do.
Mailboxes?
I've never done a mailbox.
We used to do that.
This is supposed to or an animal or something.
No, it'll blow.
I don't do animals.
It'll
break the seams of a
mailbox.
An M80 would. Maybe not a firework. I remember M80s were really powerful.
Years ago, about 10 years ago, maybe 15, I was living in the Central West End, and I hear a massive explosion. And I called the police. I was like, hey, there was a big explosion somewhere near my house. They're like, yes, we've had a few calls about that.
It's in your bathroom.
And then I remembered I have a friend who likes to blow things up who lived close by. And after I called the police, so I called him and he answers the phone. Oh my God, did you hear that?
See,
I was like, I thought that was you.
How many fingers has he lost?
What did he blow up?
He had like a quarter stick of dynamite.
But in other words, he wasn't blowing anything up. He was just exploding the dynamite.
I don't remember. I think so. I don't think he was like destroying a garage.
But M80s,
I think he had like a stick, half
stick
of dynamite.
What, they don't make them anymore?
I don't know.
All those, yes, I think
they're not like firecrackers.
They're not legal. But I think you can get them.
But they really explode things.
I remember of the same guy had these, those little things that you throw down and they pop.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, there are some, I think, less legal versions of those that I was able to get through him back in those times. And each one sounded like a gunshot. They were remarkably loud. I'm going to actually call them and see if I can get more of those.
I like those because I felt like the chances of getting hurt with them were zero.
Wait.
And they were fun.
There are two things. I remember seeing a kid thinking he had one of those, and I was like across the street and down the street, and he said, I'm going to throw it at you. I said, throw it. Because the little ones, you can't
snap,
throw. This thing, he had it was like a golf ball, and he threw it all the way across the street, close to me, and it exploded. I mean, it was almost like a wizard. It was something you could really really throw, and it really had a big
As I
explosion.
recall, the ones that I got, now that I remember, they were like small, like they were about that big and round, like little fireworks that you lit off.
much bigger.
Except,
Is that a cherry bomb? What's a cherry bomb?
they were, the like
just
little
a-
white
like
teardrop
a
things you
M80.
throw.
Yeah.
These were like, the little, just normal fireworks, like the small, thin ones
Like
that
a cracker,
you light.
firecracker.
Yeah. They were like almost that size, but you threw them and they blew up.
We got to buy some of
were
that stuff for
loud.
the office.
You know what I would love to have? I wish there was, and I've never seen them. One like a golf ball size, where you could throw it at the ground, and a giant smoke thing, so you could like
Disappear.
I've never seen that.
Musicians use them all the time. You see them in movies. They go,
Well,
but I wonder.
I've never seen
wonder
one
how-
in real life.
If
I've
it
never
really works like
it works
But
like
wouldn't it-
that.
wouldn't that
Let's
be
get your
great?
dad some.
Let's get
He's
it.
turning 80
No,
soon.
we'd love to
Would-
disappear.
Would you want
into
that
a
for your
puzzle.
80th birthday?
Yeah, of course.
Can you imagine just throwing it down and it just say you walk
You
away
carry a
and
whole
you're gone?
pocket full of them,
No, I'd never
and every
make a-
time you leave a room,
You never make a normal exit again.
No, that would be a
my
that
God,
would
where
be
you
the
go?
new normal.
Really, get me that. I'd love it.
Oh, my
Any
God,
of
that's-
any of the millions out there, I'd pay big money for these. But big money is realistic money.
Seems
Don't-
like we've
don't think.
we've said it all.
I think we've said it all. Let me say this
Maybe
about the
too
sandwiches. I felt
This
that
place is great.
Very, 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 very good. I say this as a criticism, but it's really not a criticism because
maybe you
there was a
shouldn't
certain similarity to all the sandwiches, but.
That's an order.
Right, but that's also because we ordered 5 sandwiches or 4 sandwiches. You're just going to go in and order one.
That's right.
So who cares if it's similar to the other ones? That said, for me, the Chabza was the best of the sandwiches.
They look like they have some breakfast sandwiches there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is a place you want to eat. The bread was good. I like how those wings look good.
And let me come at it from a little different angle.
And I'll say this.
I have a little swallowing issue. The nice thing about these sandwiches, very easy to chew.
'Cause they
not
were
a
all
big-
ground.
Yeah.
That's the-
no,
I
this
love
is a
ground meat.
For those of you funsters out there that have swallowing issues, get to this place.
There you
It's
go.
wonderful.
Thank God you watched this episode and hung into the bitter end.
They're going to
You would
be
have been missed
packed
out
for
on
dinner
gold.
at 4:30 every day.
Yeah, the kid in the wheelchair that you blew up.
All right. I think
That's
before
it.
we
Our
get
shortest
into that
episode in
territory
recorded
again.
time.
Was it?
came to
I don't
see
know. I have no
Mr.
idea.
Herman.
I don't know.
it's
I feel
about
like
right.
we've been going.
Yeah, it felt like plenty.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye,
right.
everybody.
Bye.
How many
did we ever
episodes?
get how many episodes?
Bye, Saga.